Hi everyone, it's Liz from Media Dev. Today I'm going to be talking about how you can design a market survey so that you can create fantastic, interesting content. So market surveys are really interesting because it gives you the opportunity to be in direct touch with your market, so your target audience, whether that be a particular niche like, I don't know, finance managers and large enterprise accounts, or business owners of small and medium-sized retail companies in the UK. It allows you to be able to get really interesting information from them if your survey is designed well. So the first thing you want to do when you're going to do a market survey, well, there's a lot of things you have to do, but the first thing you have to do is decide on your target audience. And then you need to profile those companies so that you can get some information on, where are they located exactly, who are some key decision makers that work within those accounts that you can talk to. You obviously need to compile data on their phone numbers and things of that nature. Could even be, getting access to their LinkedIn profile so that you can contact them online as well. So once you have an idea of who you want to target, then the next step is to think about the questions that you can ask that are going to give you some, interesting meat that you can work with, so to speak. So we've, obviously helped design a number of different types of surveys. Obviously, each one is going to be different, one from the other. But you can think about a particular topic maybe that has to do with your offer, where you can begin to get some, details perhaps on needs of these particular companies, maybe a trend that may not be so apparent. Could be about cloud transformation, for example, who knows, or, legacy systems in place, or, I don't know, up to you. Once you've kind of thought about the topic and the information that you'd like to obtain from the survey, you want to write out a list of questions, but not too many questions. One of the biggest mistakes with any survey campaign that we've run is having too many questions. People can usually tolerate 5. Yeah, not that much more. Anything over 10 is way too much. So you need to really trim it down. Make sure that you have a few very good questions. You can make them open-ended, but it's harder to tally the results. It's kind of easier to get statistics when you have some that are closed questions, meaning that you have a multiple choice answer system in place, for example. I don't particularly myself like surveys where you have answer choices like, I agree, I somewhat agree, somewhat disagree, disagree. I think sometimes the nuances there can be difficult to distinguish. So sometimes it's better to have, A, B, C, D, but really different types of choices. But that's kind of a detail. Anyway, regardless of that, once you've designed the survey, and you know who you're going to go after, you need to have some kind of reporting sheet to capture the results. Usually this can just be an Excel spreadsheet where you can record all the answers into it. Obviously, people that are very sophisticated users of Excel can use functionalities to tally up percentages, directly, based on the answer choices that are given. If you do have open answered comments as questions, like I said earlier, they're harder to tally into stats, but they may give you even more information than you were hoping to get in the beginning. So I think it's good to have a mix of both. And obviously, when you're speaking to prospects about the survey, when you want to get your foot in the door with them, you need to have a really good approach. and explain the what's in it for me for them. Why should they want to answer your survey? Nobody has time for a survey. If you call me up and you want to, ask me some survey questions, first of all, I'm going to think, okay, what are you trying to sell me? And you're just trying to hide behind the survey. So don't do that. And, I obviously have to have some compelling reason to want to help you. So you need to think about that too. Sometimes people will offer up, oh, well, you can win a prize. Or what I think works better is, we'll send you a copy of the survey results when the survey is over. It could be something interesting for you, especially if you're targeting the same types of people across organizations. So like I said before, if you're targeting finance managers and this is a survey of only finance managers, well, maybe the finance manager would be interested in seeing the results of, his, peers in other companies. So that's something as well that you can always offer up afterwards as a kind of gift. Maybe that's not the right word, but an exchange for 5 minutes of their time. Again, keeping the survey short ensures that the person is going to go through to the end of the survey and they won't hang up on you, halfway through. If the survey is going to last 20 minutes, yeah, sure, you're going to get a lot of dropout. But if it's 10 minutes, I think people usually can, survive through that. The other thing you can do as well is host the survey online. SurveyMonkey is one of those great survey solutions, so that when people say, yeah, well, no, I don't really have the time right now, can you send me an email and I'll fill it out over email? Yeah, sure, okay. And then you can send them a link. Usually with, a solution like SurveyMonkey, you can track to see who actually fills out the survey then. And if they don't do it, you can call them back and say, hey, you said you were going to fill out the survey and you didn't do it. How about you give me 5 minutes of your time now and we just run through the questions quickly. So that can be a good way to get people to actually respond using both that online and offline approach. And once you have the answers to your survey, one of the best ways to turn that into a report is just to make it into an infographic. Infographics are really short snapshots with a lot of details and information in them. They're quick and easy to read, and it can be really an interesting way then for you to use that afterwards to kind of publicize the results. So anyway, that's it for today. Really quick, again, love these quick vlogs. Let me know if you have questions. I know that I ran through this extremely fast. So if you want more details, feel free to write me at contact@mediadev.com. Leave me a little comment underneath. I'm happy to give you more information. And you can check out some really interesting articles about this on our resource library at www.mediadev.com. Thanks again and see you soon. Bye.